Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today and I'm excited to be here with you because we're in Mortgage Monday. This is like my just favorite video, and especially today because December's payment has been made. I have the numbers and I actually printed out and was able to kind of backtrack what we did this year. So I have an annual review of me paying off my mortgage bit by bit with an extra $550 extra principal only payment in addition to what the bank required as a minimum payment for the principal. So that's what I'm tracking here. This is what I'm trying to figure out, and I have my amortization schedule. If you've never been here before, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. I love doing budgeting videos and sharing my story on how I make decisions and where I'm going into my budgeting and things like that. There are big changes coming up in January. I will get to that later in another video, so if you want that, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and make sure you can check out those videos as they come through the month of December, because there's going to be a lot of changes starting in January. And one of them will be explained. It will be my annual 2024 annual budget for next year, and I'll show you all that. But for right now, we're just focused on the mortgage because there's so much going on. So here's January to December this year. That's all I'm going to be talking about. I did have 3 payments in October, November, and December 2022. They were just standard payments. I'm not even reflecting on those. I'm only reflecting on 2023 and what did I accomplish. And it's so motivating to see what I accomplished in 2023. It's just so amazing. And I really like it. So let's go ahead and dive into the numbers. Okay, so here's my notebook. It's just an Erin Condren notebook. Nothing really special. I just kind of have my favorite covers. There's a lot of light glare, so I can't really show those. But decorated the page a little bit. Got January through December, all of this year. I've been using a blue pen, and I'm going to fill in the numbers. Now, where we left off was $250,144.53. That was my mortgage balance for the month after the payment in the month of November. So that is my new beginning balance for December, and I'm going to take out what we actually spent. So I'm going to transfer this number over here, and I'll just kind of move this up so we can see a little better. $250,144.53. So I have a sticky note here. I like using sticky notes for this. And I'm going to show you the principal payment and then the extra principal only payment and then what the new total is. And then we'll go and talk about the interest a little bit and then move on to the rest of the numbers. So here is my little sticky note. Hopefully it's coming in clear. It says $250,144.53 minus $309.12 in principal and the extra principal only payment of $550 equaling $859.12. So that is the payment, principal payment towards the mortgage, which brought our mortgage down below $450,000. I am so glad we hit this milestone. This is amazing. Just thinking where we were last year and where we could be now. We'll go over those numbers in a minute, but to be down to under 250,000, I am very happy. And every time it drops like this, just a little extra stress relief kind of comes off of the weight of what your body feels carrying such a large debt. You really feel the weight of your debt when you know what the numbers are. And even when you don't know what the numbers are, your body will tell you. And it's difficult, to carry that kind of weight. So I'm excited for this journey. We should have ours paid off if we keep the $550 exactly the way it is in 15 years in December of 2038, I believe, is when our journey will end, and I'm excited for that. So let's go ahead and write down the numbers here. Again, the principal total payments are $859.12. Now there was interest, as always. not as high, or the principal is not as high as the interest. I'm excited to see the day when I pay more in principal than interest, but we're still at that same amount, but it is dropping as I pay more towards the mortgage. So that is awesome. $1,248.64. And you can see it steadily drop from, $1,294.43. Now we're down to $1,248.64. So it's dropping. It feels so small. But then when I looked at the other numbers, I'm like, oh no, this is good. This is really good. So we are at $249,285.41. Okay, so now that I know what a year's worth of mortgage looks like, starting the beginning year at $259,317.83 and ending the year at $249,285.41. I am thrilled. I am just thrilled because that means we hit a huge milestone on how much we paid the mortgage down this year. I wasn't sure what that's going to look like, but here are the numbers. This way you don't have to look at my chicken scratch. All right, I'm going to put my notebook to the side. Okay, so now I have this little chart here that I did in my Excel spreadsheet for this year. And it has the beginning and the principal, interest, new balance, all of that. Same thing I had in my notebook. But I totaled up the principal and I totaled up the interest. And look at that. By adding $550 a month to the principal payment as a principal only payment, we paid down our mortgage $10,032.42. If we had not, that number would totally been different. It would have the math, it would have been so depressing. But the fact that we stuck with it and put that $550 every month towards the mortgage, which we were able to do, and we were only able to do this because we already went through our paying off our consumer debt. We have no credit card loan, debt. We have no loans, no car loans, no school loans, no other loans. This is the only debt we have. So we are focusing a lot on this debt and just paying it down. And I am just so thrilled that we did pay it down and that we were able to do the same amount every month. And it looks like we can continue that same amount possibly for 15 years. And we've kind of got that mapped out. But that will be part of the annual budget for 2024. So yeah, I am just so happy that we paid this much down. So happy. The interest was a lot. It was $15,260.70. But I did learn that if I took the amortization schedule, which is this over here, I'm just going to grab the top sheet here. I don't need all the sheets. Is this? Oh, it's front and back. Okay. So on this sheet here, if I just took the interest, amortization interest, and it was just from January to December of this year, where these two dots are right here, and total those numbers up, that's where I got that number from. And then I took I don't know why I have amortization. That's not right. Interest actual, I think is what I meant to put here. Actual interest paid. Typo. Here was this number. That's where I got this number from. And that's what we actually paid in interest every month. And we did pay less in interest, $184.22. So we are saving a little bit of interest. Now in the beginning, this is like we're 15 months into our mortgage. This mortgage is still a baby. It's just a little over a year old, so it's still a toddler, and so it's got a lot of growing up to do. And so the difference is just very small for the first year. But after this, after the years go by, this number is going to grow. This number is going to grow, and this number is going to get less. So I'm not disappointed in this at all. Now, if it wasn't, if I wasn't saving anything, then I would wonder what's wrong, because I'm supposed to be saving interest by paying extra principal only payments. But since it is happening and I can see it, I am thrilled about this. Absolutely thrilled. So I'm definitely going to keep doing this as long as, the Lord willing, keeping us going with our finances, and getting this mortgage paid off is a priority, and I am so excited about it. Okay, now to the amortization schedule. I printed this off once right after I got our mortgage, like the next month or something like that. And so, yeah, we would have ended right here. We got to that point in April of this year. We are down here. We have jumped ahead so far based on the schedule. I'm trying to find my highlighter here. Here we go. And so this is the numbers. So I'm looking at $249,285.41, and the closest I can get to 49 here. It's only a few dollar difference. This is $85.41. This is $74.39. I know this is a little bit more, but I'm going to highlight it anyway. It's close enough. So we jumped ahead 3 on this one. And I'm just going to kind of go across here like this. And there we go. Yeah. And then I'm going to mark December 1st, because that's when they count the payment. Alrighty. And yeah, that is where we're at. November of 2025. That is pretty awesome. I mean, we've jumped almost, let's see, 23 and 24, 3 years. We've paid 1, 2, almost 3 years. Yeah. That's just, I didn't actually look at that, highlighted or anything like that. That's 3 years ahead of schedule based on the minimum payments of all of these. So I am thrilled with that. I am so thrilled with that. That's so amazing. So if you have questions or comments about, paying off your mortgage early or things like that, let me know in the comment section below, or what we're doing or what we think. I am so I'm so humbled by God right now that we have paid this off. This is like the one thing my husband and I get so excited about when we're talking about budgeting, because my husband wants nothing to do with budgeting. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to talk about it. But this he does. I think he kind of feels that heaviness of the weight of the mortgage. But to see it jump the way it has, and we're paid down almost 3 years ahead. Oh my gosh. And technically we are 3 years ahead, because really I just started in January. But if I count this December to this November, or that November to this, it is 3 years, because there were 3 payments before this January. So yeah, this is just blowing my mind. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.